Hello, everyone. This is Emae, also known as Emae. This is From Within Podcast. I got a podcast. I am so excited. Wait, y'all, before I go on my spiel of what I got to say, I was so nervous to start this podcast. You know what, everybody be like, go do it and, motivate it. Child, I had to motivate myself. So I am here today for the beautiful souls that do not know me. Again, I am Emae, also known as Coach Emae. I am a motivational speaker, master certified life coach, author, and award-winning educator. I am the CEO of The Soul of Me, saving one soul at a time. I teach women how to start the healing process so they can be able to unleash, elevate, and transform into the person that they want to be and known to be. I am so excited, and what made me really start this podcast is I really want to dig deep within, right? So from within, self-discovery, self-journeys, and I really wanted to dig deep. I want to be able to really help somebody. I wanted something new as well, right? Like, if you follow me on Instagram at Emae, if you follow me, some of my videos, I've been doing the same kind of videos for 5 years. And I'm like, okay, Anna, you have to change it up, switch it up, right? Like, you've been doing the same videos. Why not do a podcast? And again, as I started, in the beginning of this podcast, I said I was so afraid. I was afraid of something new. But I knew that I needed change, right? So when you know that you need change and you know that what you've been doing is cool, but it's really not hitting the way that you want it to hit, it's time for you to do something different. So I started my podcast and I'm super excited. On this podcast, my mission for this podcast is just to be authentic. To walk boldly in who you are, which is confidence. To know that you are resilient. You could get through anything that you put your mind to. And I want you to know that this podcast is a safe space. You are seen. You are heard. You are loved, right? And this is going to be... So From Within is more than a podcast, right? We're a family. And I want everybody, when they're listening to this podcast, I want them to know that they're family. And there's family here. And we're going to create a family on this podcast. I'm just so nervous and I'm so excited at the same time. Just to be doing something different is just amazing. The feeling that I have right now is truly, truly amazing. So From Within Podcast, I want y'all to be able to build on your own self-discovery from the stories that I tell, from the people that you are going to listen to on this podcast. I want you to listen to those stories and say to yourself, you know what, I can do it. I want you to listen to the stories and say, you know what, everything that I have been through, right? I know that I am able to get through. Come on, somebody. I am able to get through everything that I have been through. I want you to feel like I am heard on this podcast, like I'm seen on this podcast. And she really is speaking to me. I'm going to give y'all, if y'all don't know Emae, y'all going to get to know Emae today, okay, on this podcast, because I am going to give you the real, and I'm going to tell you exactly what the real is. And sometimes you're going to be able to receive it, sometimes you're not. However, just know, y'all, right? Because I'm gonna get so passionate. Maybe I'm gonna cry. I'm in it with y'all, right? We are a family, and when you have a family, you build with your family. And I want you to know that I am going to be in it with y'all, right? So my stories, and like I said too, I am very passionate. So it's not coming from aggression. I'm not trying to be aggressive. I'm just very passionate of what I feel and what my stories are and how much I know and believe that you can get through anything from anything, right? From my stories, I know that I've been through what somebody told me the other day, and you've really been through the mud. And I'm just like, yes, but look at me now. right? And I want that to be the overall goal in this podcast. Like, yes, I heard Emae, I hear her, and I know that I can be able to get through anything that I put my mind to. I know that it's not going to be easy, and I know that there are going to be steps and tools and things that I have to do in order to be successful, in order to get to what I want to get to, right? Transform, elevate, unleash, transforming who you are, elevating who you are, right? So transforming is a mindset thing. How is your mindset? What is your mindset? How are you transforming, right? And then you're elevating. You're leaving old things behind, the past, your old patterns, breaking generational curses, right? And unleashing, knowing, going within and knowing who you are and the best version of yourself, like to become the best version of yourself, right? So I am, again, y'all, I am so excited, and we are going to laugh. We are going to cry. We are going to have a good time on this podcast because it's important, right? Like, it's important to have a place where you can be able to just be yourself. And I want you to be yourself, right? And there are times, let me tell y'all right now, okay? There's times where I'm going to have makeup on, and there's times when I'm not, right? Today I felt a little good, so I'm just like, wow, let me put on some lashes. But there are going to be times where we are going to take off the makeup and we're going to get a little deeper. Right now I'm feeling awesome about myself. I'm feeling great about myself because I'm excited, right? But those stories that we hit, sometimes it's not going to take the makeup. It's not going to take joy. It's not going to take those pretty times. It's going to take, let's get deeper in this so we can figure some stuff out. Right? I want y'all to listen to my story so y'all can figure some stuff out, and we're going to take all the makeup off and we're going to be 100 with ourselves. Okay? And this is a podcast for that. To be 100 with yourself. Say that with me. 100 with myself. Right? And that's so important. With all of these things going on, social media and all of this stuff going on, it is very important that we continue to stay true to who we are. So welcome. I am going to leave y'all off with this nugget. If there is something that you want to do and you're a little afraid, do it. You know why? Because you're going to feel good about it, first of all. Second of all, it's change. And sometimes uncomfortability brings change, right? You got to be uncomfortable in order to move, in order to shift, right? And it's going to be so exciting when you really just step out and do it, right? Like, just do it. And I know it's easier said than done, but do it, right? Like, for me, I had to buy all the tools and buy all the things for this podcast. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But when you do the work, when you want more and when you want different for yourself, you do different things for yourself and you make it happen for you. And that's what I want y'all to do, to make it happen for you. And that's what it's about. So I know a lot of people be like, well, I don't know if I could do it. And on this podcast, baby, we are going to share a lot of things, a lot of new things that we are going to be so excited to step into for 2024 and beyond. We are going to do that on this podcast. Again, this podcast is more, From Within is more than just a podcast. It is a family where self-discovery, your self-journey begins. Welcome, beautiful souls, to From Within Podcast.